Hola, ¿cómo están? And what is going on, guys? DarkScheme here, back to show you guys the new Halo 5 arena map, Torque. And this is a walkthrough slash sort of jump video. I thought I would show you guys a few spots that I found. It may be useful, it may not be useful, but we will see. So first off, this map is a symmetrical map, meaning that everything on one side is the same to the other. So what you see on the red base, you'll find over on the blue base. Now, one thing that is interesting about this map is they have these platforms that come up, and I believe they come up for 30 seconds, and after another 30 seconds they go back down. And it's both for blue and the red base. Now, one interesting thing that I do want to point out is when these platforms go down on the blue side, they don't go down flush to the floor. But on the red side, they actually do go down all the way. And unfortunately for the blue side, that means that the red side does have an advantage. And at the same time, the blue side, I guess you could use the platform's height for things. Something like this. Jump on this spot. But since the Superman jump has been introduced into Halo 5, it kind of evens things out. And one thing that I will show you is that you can actually get from the bottom or the front red base into the top red base with the Superman jump. You just need to get a good amount of room. So pretty simple, at least it looks that way. As long as you know how to do the Superman jump, then you should be good to go. But let me show you a few spots on this red side while we are here. Now everything is kind of Halo 5-esque, where you just look for spots where you'll think, okay, I can jump on this rail, and I can jump over here. And of course, same thing, you jump over here, and of course you can jump here sprinting to top middle, if those platforms were not up. With these platforms, they kind of just make things a little bit easier to jump into and out of bases. One thing that I think may be useful is you can actually use this little control panel to hop into the top of their front door if you're not able to jump up from this side of their stairs because you're scared they might see you, or if you're just not able to jump from this side of the map, then you can use this kind of platform. You want to really just make yourself so your left side of your Spartan is half on the control panel and the right side is a little bit off of it. So you just jump forward, and you want to make sure that you jump forward and crouch, and while you're still crouched, you jump again, stabilize, and you kind of get this little like drift over to the left side, and it should give you enough space so that you can actually clamber up. So once again, I think it'd be useful. And over here, and like I said, each base has one of these interesting corner platforms. You can hide here, you can jump into the base, make sure that there's nobody in the base, jump out, stabilize, thrust back out, thrust back in actually, and same thing. Be offensive, you would stabilize, look to see if anybody is down your hallways. I think it'll make an interesting spot. Now, these little blockers, there's one on each side. They're smaller versions, so they do come up a lot more frequently. I believe the duration is it's 10 seconds down and 10 seconds up. But again, you can use this to jump from spot to spot, just so you don't have to clamber and all that stuff. And on each side of the map, there is a gravity hammer. I believe this is for every single mode at the moment, since in matchmaking it is there for Assault. Rocket launchers in the middle for Slayer, but for other game types, there is no rocket launcher. And like I said, very, very similar layouts. I think the platforms is the only thing that is different. And you can make this jump from this platform being a little bit above the ground. Timing is a little bit tight, but not too hard. But I'll show you guys how to get or make that jump from the red side. Unfortunately, like I said, you do need a little bit more room to be able to make that jump, but it is still doable on the red side. Again, it's just one of those tricks that you want to learn to be able to do things like that. But at the same time, who knows if that jump is actually useful or not. And I think it's pretty safe to point out that there is a kind of backside to the red street, there's this red alley you can go back behind, poke out. If there's somebody in the base, you can kind of just jump back here. And there is this little spot here if you want to hide, but be warned, if they know that you are in this exact spot, you can get shot by these barrels. So kind of just another spot, another hiding spot for you guys. You can jump in these corners, poke out, excuse me, jump back out. And those are really all the interesting parts of the map. There is a bottom mid section of the map, top mid, but not much going on. I think this is definitely one of the more interesting maps that we've gotten, as this map is a little bit bigger than the others. But with Sprint in Halo 5, you are able to engage in gunfights just as much as any of the other maps. Bottom mid, not too much going on. So that's pretty much the quick walkthrough for the new Halo 5 arena map, Torque, once again. And last thing to point out is that there is this backside of their base. For each respective base, of course, you are able to hide here. So if by chance you were spawning here but you were getting shot at, you can definitely hide back here to try and stay alive and then jump back out. Pretty fun map, to say the least. I think this is one of the better maps that has come from DLC, and there is definitely an interesting layout of weapons. As you saw in the back there is a suppressor there, SMG on the top of the base, rockets in the center, gravity hammer on either side of the map. The Halo 2 battle rifle is located on the blue side and the red side streets at this very spot right here. Halo 2 BR for you guys. And one frag grenade and one plasma grenade here for you guys. Need some extra firepower, you jump back here, grab these grenades, push into their base, throw some nades into their spawn just to make sure they're not there. And that is pretty much it for the walkthrough, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you learned a few things from this walkthrough. I know I did for sure. And as always, I'd like to thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time.